sound on, and switch over to the talking screen. And hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
Doing all right. I was gone because over the weekend I went and visited some friends. So that is why there was no Sudoku on Monday, as well as no cooperative games. But yeah, had a lot of fun. Played board games. Yeah, didn't have work, so that was nice.
Yeah, that's always nice. Unless unless it was a matter of not having work because of no job, then that's
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a difference between no work because of taking some time off versus no work because of being unemployed. Those are very different experiences. Hey, Chip Sounder. I am feeling better too. Although I'm still dealing with like some sinus stuff, so I'll probably be coughing throughout as well, which is not fun. But I'm at least still here and cognitively functioning. Have you had anything fun you want to share, Mama?
um recently did an escape room. That was fun.
Nice,
We got out.
uh, nice. Always fun to actually succeed on those. The times that I've done them and failed, I've always thought like, can I just have 5 more minutes? We're right there. And then sometimes it's just like, okay, yeah, we're nowhere close to the exit. Make sure to use your hints when you go to escape rooms. It's way more fun to actually get through the puzzles than it is to just sit there feeling stumped.
Well, and when they gave us our picture,
Mhm.
it said 49 minutes and 46 seconds.
Oh wow.
Oh, no, that was wrong.
Oh,
It should have been 59 minutes and 46 seconds
right
because we
on
just
the wire.
barely got out. Yeah. It
Yeah,
just got, and she was like, oh well,
yeah,
you got out.
yeah. That's what matters. Was there an interesting theme to this room?
The theme was the morgue,
Ooh, spooky
and
month themed.
it was their first one, and it has been their most popular room
Mhm.
their entire time. They've been open. I want to say they opened like 19, 18, 17, maybe. I don't know.
Like days ago.
I can't remember. No, years.
Oh,
2017
as in this is a room they've had for this long. Okay, okay,
from the
that makes a lot
beginning.
of sense.
Yeah. So
I was sort of thinking that you were saying that this was their first room.
no, no, no. It was
But
the
yeah.
first room that they had,
Mhm.
and it has been their most popular one since the beginning. And their puzzles are good. They fit along with their theme, and it
Nice,
was good.
nice.
It
Yeah,
was a
that's.
place I hadn't been to yet,
Mhm.
so and it happened to be on one of their 2 days that they have discounts, so that was even better. We didn't know that
Nice.
until we booked. So
Yeah, escape rooms are tons of fun. That's a really good group activity, and if there are days that they have discounts, it's even better.
yeah.
Highly recommend. All right. Chip says trying to make a 12 by 12 thermo puzzle with cages, 1:3 ratio dots, and difference of 2 dots, taking a while. Those are well, the thermo and cages aren't necessarily um well, I guess I don't really want to say the 1:3 ratio dots and difference of 2 dots are new in air quotes. They're just less frequent. At least from my experience, because I could say they're less frequent, but there could be like a whole section of, or community rather, of puzzlers who use those all the time, and I'm just simply not in that sphere. So, but yeah, I hope you succeed on that one. It sounds like a lot of fun, and definitely sounds like it would be interesting to solve. But with that, I'm ready for some Sudoku. Are you ready, Mama?
Yep.
All right. And then Chip says, being 12 digits in the grid adds more possibilities. It definitely does. There's definitely a lot more possibilities with 3 extra digits. Because with the thermos, like if you have like a short thermo, like you don't necessarily have well with if you have like say a 4 length thermo in 9x9 or with 9 digits, then that would be, I believe, 5 options. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's actually 6 digits per. So I guess let's say it's a 5 length, then that would be 4 digits, or excuse me, 5 length would be 5 digits per. But you make that 12, and that same 5 length thermo is going to end up being, well, I guess it's just going to increase by 3. So going from 5 to 8. And so the number of options, I could do the combinatorics, but I'm not going to do it in my head. It increases significantly. Probably that would be factorial growth, with the number of digits increasing the number of possibilities there. With that, we're going to start on today's first puzzle, Queen's Gambit by Morphe. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Killer cages, sum to number given. New chess rules. 9s are
Queens.
okay, queens, and 1s are kings then?
Kings. Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm trying to say it in French, but would it be Rennes and Royce?
I can't. I don't remember. I've been trying to think of it since I read that, and it's like my French pronunciation always sucked.
Yeah. And French is interesting because there was somebody who came by the other day whose name was Wazaman, and it was the French word for bird. And you would think it being pronounced Wazo, from my English background of language, would be Wazo. But no, it is spelled with like every vowel in the French language and an X in there for some reason. So yeah, no, it is strangely, it is a difficult language to, from my experience, to look at and pronounce because none of the letters seem to work the way they're supposed to. You actually took French, Mama. Does that feel?
Yeah, but that was 40 years ago.
Well, do you have vague recollections of the letters being like, okay, the letters look like this. I'm only supposed to pronounce
Sometimes.
a third of them.
In some words, yes. And it just, like I said, my pronunciation sucked from the beginning. And
Yeah.
I was better reading translation than trying to hear it or speak it.
Yeah. When I took Spanish in high school, reading and translating was way easier than spoken, or listening, or writing. I don't know. I know that like when like children learn languages, one, they have years to do so. So like the way we try to learn languages as adults is not great, because we try to do so in a really fast paced. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily not great, but we try to do so in a really fast paced way, and then kick ourselves for not learning it faster. When like as kids we learn languages over the course of years, and the words we use the words we learn in at least in my Spanish class, didn't seem to be as functional as the words you would learn first as a child. And then also, like, as a child, your vocabulary starts with mostly nouns, and then it builds in your verbs, and then it's going to build in the extra words that just make things a lot more easier to understand, and then you learn like the actual grammar, because oftentimes kids will say things in like close to correct, but like they may not get like tenses correct, or pronouns with the right connection to nouns and whatnot. So yeah, it is language learning is definitely not easy. Anyway, Chip Sounder mentions like the song Mr. Oizo. I'm not familiar with the song Mr. Oizo, but I believe that's in reference because I saw that message pop up when we were talking about how oiseau, the French word for bird, is spelled.
Yeah, it's still pronounced Wazo.
So Mr. Oiseau is still. Okay. My audio might be being weird. Well, there's not a ton of stuff popping up, so hopefully that's okay. Anyway, give me a second. Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready for this puzzle now. Anyway, Queen's Gambit by Morphe. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Killer cages summed to the number given. New chess rules. Nines are reines, and ones are rois. We are using French as the English terms confuse Sudoku pad, so nines are queens and ones are kings. Even digits are pawns, and the rest empty chess squares. If any Rene, or queen, sees any roi or king in any direction, including diagonally, then that is checkmate and not allowed. A pawn in the way stops the check. A gray digit is an odd digit, and a gray square is an even digit. Normal roi moves, restrictions do not apply. Normal king move, restrictions do not apply?
Yeah. So it doesn't eliminate the possibility of another one being diagonally adjacent to it.
Yeah. I'm a bit confused why, because I've seen the words king and queen in Sudoku pad before, but I'm not sure why that would be confused, but let's go ahead and get started.
Saying king, but not queen.
Yeah. I don't think king would break anything though, but excuse me, queen would break anything. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but
The 15 cage in box 6, the odd digit is on the bottom.
Okay. One, 2, 4, and 5 for the 6. The 7? Is there any reason that any options for 7 would be in the way? 2 and 5. Yeah, 2 and 5 would break the 6. But otherwise, everything else should be fine because 3 and 4 leave 1 and 5, and 1 and 6 leave 2 and 4.
Right, and the 7 on the bottom eliminates the 7 from the bottom of the 15 cage in box 9.
Thirteens are 4 through 9s. We've got 1 through 3 along the bottom here. I'm not sure if that's particularly helpful. 11, 14, and 8.
In box 1, the 14 cage
Yeah.
and the 13 cage, if the 14 is 5-9, then the 13 has to be 6-7.
Yeah.
And if it's 6-8, then it has to be 4-9.
Yeah. 8, 9 is going to take out my 4 there. Chip Sounder says, Lamau, Mr. Wazo, flat beat 1999 if you want to listen to it. I don't think I could play it on stream. I think that would run into copyright issues. Even
Probably.
if. How long is public domain's like 70 years, isn't it?
I do not know.
Yeah. Might as well do the same thing for that 13 since that exists. I might as well fill in the 8 here.
In row 5, the 6, there's the 15 cage.
Yeah.
And there's the other 2 halves of the 15 cages in the row. Yeah.
The 6-8 has to be along the bottom here. It can't be there. Now, it could theoretically be here as a 6. And if it was, that would be 6 and 9, making this an 8. And if this is an 8, well, it can't be here, so it would have to be here. This is an 8 either way.
In box 7, 17 cage has to have a 9 in it.
Yeah.
And you cannot have the king, a 1. Cannot see a king in any direction, including in
Right.
diagonally. So that can't be a 1. Unless there is an even, well, there has to be an even between, so.
Yeah. So these are all even.
Yeah, and even is pawns.
There's a 9 here. And unfortunately, the 9s here just rule a 1 out of this cell.
Yeah, in box 5, with where the 9s are going to be located, doesn't the 1 then have to be in the top row? No, it doesn't, because if it's in the 7, 9 in the bottom right corner, it could be the bottom left corner. Okay, never mind.
If you put it even here.
Yeah. But the 9 cannot be in the center digit.
Right,
Because
because it
it
would
would
see
see
everything.
everything, yeah. There again, in box 6, if the 9 is in the center, it will see a 1.
7, 8 pairs with 6 and 5. And then we get our first queen, which I'm going to label with purple. Because
Well, that places the 1 in box 5.
I'm going to mark that. Well, maybe I don't mark things in red that cannot be. I don't know. 9, 4, 6, 7, 6, and 2.
Box 6, the 9's along the, I was going to say along the bottom, but it could be at top right.
Be here, yeah.
No, it
Well,
can't.
except
Look
it
where
can't
it
be
is in
because of
box
box
4.
4. Yeah, because it
And it
had to
can't,
be there because of these two.
and the 9 can't be in the center bottom of box 6 because it would see
Unless
a
this
1.
is even.
Well, no, because then where do you put 1 in box 6?
Oh, right, it would see all of these.
Right. And 1 can't be in the center either.
Right, because it would see both 9s.
Right.
Okay, well, if 9 is one of these two, then I have to have an even in one of these three. Hmm. Two, 4, 3, and 5. Not that that's particularly helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's one of these two. Oh wait, I don't want to mark those in orange because king. Although I might do it anyway. I'm gonna mark the king in red. Those in orange.
Oh, box 8, the 18 cage, has to have the 1 in it. So 8 has to be in the center. It's going to be 189.
Does it have to be? Oh yeah, because it has to be. Because that's the only way that works.
And there has to be an even in between the 1 and the 9.
Right. So this couldn't be 1 or 9, so that's an 8. 9, 8. Get purple, purple, red, even, even. 9 pairs with 6 in a 15. Eight, 9 pairs with 4 and 5. 3, 5, and 7, and a 4. 1. Oh, except for 1's gone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, and then this 7 has to be in the 10 because 7 isn't even.
Right. And
6, 8 is even. Sweet. 5, 7 is on. 3 and 7 are both on.
all right, since 3, 7 are both odd, that cannot be a 1 that's the right hand of the 6. Yeah.
1 and 6, which is an even. And then our king. 7 pairs with 8 for 15, even and odd, 1 and 4, 3 and 7, 3 pairs of 2, and now we get another even and odd. First try. 2, 4, 6, and what else is missing? A 5?
Yeah.
This can't be 2 or 4. 2, 4, 5 in row 8.
Column 6, the 9 is in box 2. But it can't be the third digit down.
Right, because that's right next to a 1. Which means that one of these two, at least, is even. 3, 7, and 5, I think?
Yeah, and only one of them can be.
Only one can be?
Yeah, because in box 8, they're in column 6. 2 of those are even, plus the 5. So,
Right. Okay.
So there's only one even left to put up there. But it doesn't matter, it only needs one even in between.
What's this 11? 1, 4 pairs of 7, 7 pairs of 4, 8 pairs of 3. I have 9 as one of those two. Let's remove ones from these cells. So I guess where's 1 in box 3? Well, it can't be here. And these two 9s, remove it from there. Nine has to be one of these three. But it's 3, 5, 6, and 9. So there's going to be an even. Well, unless this is the 9, then that would force that to be 6. Because 6 is the only even.
Yeah. So the 6 cannot be in the last cell of the row.
Right.
And 2 is there in column 9 in box 9, so it comes out of
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's lots of options. Where's the 1 in box 2? Can't be here or here because of the two 1s that are already there. 1 isn't 6 or 8, so 1 is one of these two, both of which would see this, so it cannot be a 9. That's 6 and 8. 4 and 9. 6 pairs of 2. 9 is gone, so that's 9. These are both purple. This sees that, so that's the 1, that's the 7, this is odd, this one is red, 5 and 8, 5 and 7, 5 for both of these, 4 for both of those, 2, 2. 2 is even. 9 pairs with 4, 6 and 8 pairs with 5 and 3, 6 pairs with 5, so that's a 9 and a 2. Which is going to place our 1, because purple and red.
9's placed in box 2. And in column 4, the 2-5 pair makes that 4-6.
And then
Well,
the
of
4
course.
here fix it.
Okay.
5, 8. 2, 5, 6.
3 and 4.
And in that 4 does stuff. That can't be 2, 3 now, so it's 1, 4. Seven, I think. I don't see a 3 or a 5. 3, 5.
The last one can be placed in box 1.
2 and 3. 5, 6 pair, 6, 3. 2 is even is green. 4, 5, 6. This one's 5. I don't see 7, 4, 6.
7.
Odd and pair of evens. 3, 3, 5, 6, and 4. 2, 5, 6, and 7. 6. Both of those are even. Okay. We know one of these two is a 6. So this one is disconnected from that 9.
The 9 that's in the bottom center. Oh, it's diagonal up to the right.
Okay, these can't both be odd. One of them has to be even.
One of them has to be a 5.
So this can't be a 5, otherwise they both...
Right.
Wait,
Otherwise,
no, it's the other way around.
Oh, right.
They
Right,
could be
never
a
mind.
2-6 pair.
Yeah. They can't both be 5.
Right. Which is less helpful. Okay. This one is completely blocked off because of these 3 evens. So I don't care about this one.
Just leave them.
This one,
I say just leave them clear as you clear them.
Yeah. Alright, that one's fine. Even.
There's evens between it and any 9 that it can
Yeah.
see.
So then this one, just this path here, there's no 9s below it. So that path's important. This path is important.
Yeah, those are the only 2 that are important. Okay, in row 8, if the last cell is a 2, then below the 2 is a 6, which makes a 5, and those can't both be 5 on the diagonal.
Okay.
So that's a 5 and not a 2.
2, 6, 6, 5. 2, 6, 5, 2, 6, 2, 5. Here we go. Lines. Yeah. Alright. Object Masters Germany. I didn't look this up ahead of time. I forgot to put the link to the puzzle in the chat. I'm the sads. Better late than never, but it's a different puzzle entirely. I don't see any other option. Nope. Alright, I tried it. So it's gonna be Morphe. This into my nope. And paste and save that. Alright. Then I close out of this one. Next puzzle is going to be Keep 'em Separated by Jonesy. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each into every row, column, and 3x3 box. Cages within the same 3x3 box must sum to the same total. Any cage can only contain either all odd digits or all even digits. Alright? Got a pair of 4s here. One of those is all evens, one of them is all odds. I should probably not use purple and orange. Let's use purple and yellow. Because this is going to be an odd digit.
Right, and orange and yellow sum to the same. Box 3 There's a single digit and a 3-digit, and they have to sum to the same.
Oh, if those sum to the same, then they have to. This has to be a 5, and that would be true-ish. No.
No.
Did were you pointing at this box? Did you say box
No,
4?
box 3.
Box 3.
Box 3.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Can't be 6. Can't be 7. Because they have to all
Oh,
be
right. 2,
8
4,
doesn't
and
work either.
6. This has to all be odd, and it has to be 1, 3, 5, which has to be 9.
Does that have to be a 5 in box?
Yeah, because all
Is
the
it?
evens are 20.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, one's 1, 3, 7, 9. The other's 2. And I knew they had to be all even, and one all even, all odd. Well, and 5 wouldn't work in box 9 because it'd be
All right,
either
they would
2, 3, or
alternate.
1, 4. And the same with 6. Well, no, because they can both be even, 2, 4.
Yeah, it's 7 that gets removed.
Right, it has to be even.
And
That has to be
7 and
even.
9 also have the same problem.
Right.
So this is a 4-9 pair.
In box 1, the 3 cell, those all have to be summed to the same. Right, they're going to have to be even. Otherwise, they're going to have to sum to odd. And you can't have a 2 cell summing to odd. So in box 1, they all sum to an even. So a 3 cell has to be 3 odds. Or no, 3 evens, excuse me. I had it right the
It's
first
12
time I said
odds.
it. Let's see if it's 12, that'd be 36. That sums to odd. Right, it's an even and an odd.
Oh, this one has to be all evens as well and all odds
Right.
because of the same logic as up here.
Box 4. Well, no, because it could be.
Well, these have to be different sets because this couldn't
Right.
be all odd and this all odd,
Right.
and this couldn't be all even and this all even. Therefore, because this has to be even, this
Right.
has to be all even. Therefore, this is all odd.
And row 4 with the 4-9 pair, that's all the evens.
Right.
be 3, 5.
Except for
Oh,
the
no, it
5 in
can't.
the bottom of
I
column 6.
missed that. Yeah.
I could have just said it when I put the digits in.
It just I just missed it.
Spandau Ballet puts in a soccer ball, a softball, a volleyball, and a basketball. Feeling
okay.
sporty?
Box 5 has to have a 2, 6, and it cannot be the bottom one because that would be too
because
many
we've run
evens
out
in
of...
a row.
Yeah.
And we know the direction of the 3, 5.
One, two, three, 4. These two must be even then. And this must be an odd even pair. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and an odd even pair for 5. So this one's even. Therefore, these are all odd. And that gives me 5 odds. So these are all even.
And row 3 has 4 evens in it.
Odd.
So the last even in, yeah.
And now the top one cannot be evens because there's 1, 2,
Right.
3. It would be 4 and 5. So that doesn't work. So that's even. This one's odd.
No, backwards.
Oh. At least I said it correctly.
Yeah.
When I was logicking it out.
Right, yeah. You did what I did and flipped it. The 4, 9 is resolved.
There's
Column
putting digits
8
in there.
has 4 evens.
And column 7 has 4 odds. So this must be a pair of evens. One more odd. Eight has to be one of these three because of this one, so this isn't an 8. I guess also 8 has to be one of these two because it can't go here or here.
Right, yeah.
Two, 4, 6 is minimum 12. Which could be a 3, 9 pair. So that just rules a 1 out of this. Oh, and I forgot to put the link to the puzzle in the chat again. There's the link to the puzzle.
Well, in the green in box 6, the top one is either 4 or 8.
If it's an 8,
Then it's 14 with 2 and 4.
or it could be 2, 6.
Oh yeah, for 16, which would be
Yeah.
7 and 9.
Two, 4, 6. Because you can't put an 8 here because it would break this. So that gives us 2
Right.
4s here and an 8 at the top. Six, 2, 6. I don't know if this is odd or even. Okay, well, if I look at this here, 2, 4, 6, and 8. If it didn't include a 2, it would be 18. Which isn't possible. So it must include a 2. Because I can't make 18 in 2 cells. The most I could
Right.
make is, with a pair of odds, 16. So I could be missing a 4, a 6, or an 8. Missing the 8 is 12, which would just mean that I don't have a 1. Because these two together are twice this.
Well, okay, if 6 is missing,
Yeah.
then you're left with 14. And you can't put 1 or 3 in a 14 2-cell cage. And that does not work because you have to have an even and an odd. So 6 has to be in there. Or it can't be 14.
Yeah. Because there's only 2 ways to make 14.
Right.
5, 9, and 6, 8. So can I be missing a 4? That would be 16.
16. And those
Which would
only
be 7,
one
9.
way, 7, 9. So it has to be missing the 8.
Which is placed here.
And in that 2-cell cage, in box 2, the green, sorry. It can't be 2, 4.
Because that would be 1, 5, and that's it. So we have a 6.
if it's 2, 6, that's 8, 1, 7, and 3, 5.
Yeah.
But then you wouldn't have a place for the 9.
Right. Because we have to have a 9, it's going to have to be 10.
Yeah, right.
And this one can't be 1, 9. So this is
And
9
5
over 1.
can't be in the, yeah. So that's 3, 7. Row 2 has a 3, 5 pair.
7, 3, 9. And 3, so this is 5 and 7. Oh, we know what this is. It's 16, which means I have to remove the 9 from here, don't I? Because 25...
Yeah, it's 13 is, and 13 is left over. And one of them is a 4, so it has to be 4 and 9.
That's
Okay, in box
14. We can't be missing a 2. Because this is now 16, which makes it 7, 9. In box where?
box 7. The green now has to be 8 because if it's 6, you're left with either 2, 4, and the row sees a 2, or 1, 5, and the row sees a 1. So it's got to be 8. A row 7 needs 2 evens. And that's the last even in columns 9 and 3.
6 is 1, 5, so we have 3, 5, 3, 9.
7.
You'd think I would know what all the odds are. Uh,
1
1
and
and
2.
2. Nine and 7. First try. 9. But only the first 6 digits. It's, I think I'm gonna go with easy on that one. Well, no, I'm gonna go with average. And the reason for that is while it only took us 20 minutes, the fact that there was a lot of mathematics that needed to be done, calculations that needed to be done, to consider what are the possibilities that can happen over here and over here, that allow the two cells that are over here to work. We could have gone through those faster. But knowing to think of that is not necessarily easy. And being able to do so quickly is also not necessarily an easy task. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That is my rule on that one. So keep it separated. Jonesy. Two notes. And then copy in Masters Germany. Link. Submit. Alright. I think I just want to do one more. So we're going to tackle Kings Road. This time I got the link into the chat right away. Kings Road by Skojo. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Anti-king. Cells touching diagonally cannot contain the same digit. Lines in the grid act as both region sum lines and parity lines. As region sum lines, region borders divide a line into segments with equal tools. Different lines may have equal totals. Let me read that rule again. As region sum lines, region borders divide a line into segments with equal totals. Different lines may have different totals. As parity lines, digits along a line must alternate between even and odd. Okay, well, the thing I want to look at first is this line here. And this has to be 2 evens and 2 odds. Therefore, it must be an even sum. So what does that mean for the bottom? In order for it to be even, it must be 2 odds and 1 even, because if it were 2 evens and 1 odd, it would still be odd. So this must be even and a pair of odds, and then it must continue even, odd, even, odd. This is 4, that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an odd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is, again, going to have an even number of odd digits and an odd number of even digits to pair with the fact that things have to be the way that they are. I messed this up. How did I mess that up? Even, odd, even, odd. So this one's even, that one's even, that one's even.
No.
And those two.
Go up from the even again. Yeah, there you go. You called them even. Or at least that's
Odd,
what it, unless
even,
it was
odd, even, odd, even. Okay. I may have said it weirdly. I at least painted it correct.
well, and it could have been with lag.
Yeah. But as long as
right in row, that's 6, 7, or yeah, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, 6 or 8 has to be even.
oh no, I messed it up. Because this has to be odd. Therefore, this has to be odd.
7, 9.
First try. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some pair of odds there. 1, 2, 3. That's an odd even pair. But this is 4. So that one's odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two are odd, which is going to fix this one. I got that one correct, saying that that had to be odd because of those two. 1, 2, 3, but not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, not enough. Okay, well, it could be 1, 2, 4, but all of the possibilities for 9 are still options. So that doesn't
Right.
mean anything.
Well, in box 4, it's minimum 28.
Yeah. And maximum 30.
30.
So this is maximum 7. Now it has to be 28 or 30. It's either or.
Right.
Uh,
No, that doesn't sum to 7.
it's either 7 or 5. Oh, wait.
That does not sum to 7 or 5.
It would be 15 or 17. So 6,
Right.
7, 8, 9. I have the AC going in here. It is less than 70 in here, which is why I have got a blanket around me. So at least my brain isn't cooking. It's just broken from being sick, I guess. Now, if this is 30, then it would be 6, 8, and 7, 9. If it was not, and it was 28, then the smallest digit would have to go down 2. Right?
Right.
No, because the 7 could become a 5.
Right.
But a digit goes down 2. So if we went down 2, this would be an 8, 9 pair. But if we stay at 30, then this is either 6, 9, or 7, 8. But that 7, 9 would pair with those to make things happen.
Yeah, in box 2, if the left-hand one is 30, then the right hand is either 10 or 14 with 1 or 5 left over.
What about 12? That could be a 3, wouldn't it? Because this is
yeah,
either
1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, I don't know why I was saying 12 as being not 2 evens and 2 odds. It just, yeah,
but this
it just
is
has to be.
collectively the same as this, 15 or 17.
Right.
And since this is minimum 10, this goes all the way up to 7. But this could be 10 and 5 or 7.
Right.
I guess it depends on the evens, because this could be a 7-9 pair and then 4-8, which would make this 28, so we've got 17 to play around with. I mean, we know there's a 2 here.
Right.
But it's from 10 to 16. 10 to 16. And this is 28 or 30. I mean, I guess let's pretend to minimize this. What would happen? If this was 28 and this was 10, that would be 38.
And that doesn't work.
No, this would just be a 7, wouldn't it?
28 and 10 is, oh, right, 30. Okay, yeah, apparently I can't add. Like, no, that'd be 17. No, that doesn't work. That's 7.
Yeah. And these two have to be the same digit.
Right.
Oh. If these are 30, then what could this digit be? Well, it'd have to be 6 or 8, but it sees both of those. So, they're 28.
Oh, right, anti-knight. I forgot, or anti-king. I forgot anti-king.
Yeah. So, because of that, we know we're at 28. So we know we have the either a 4 or a 5 here. But we also know that this one cannot be either of these two evens.
Well, and if that's 28, then it's 17 in box 4.
Right. 8, 9 takes a 9 out. We have to use a 9. And the 8 is also required. And so this couldn't be an 8 because it would break that. We have to use a 9.
And they're gonna, yeah. But then
7.
it doesn't matter. All right.
Something's wrong. I have 5 evens across here now.
Sure do.
One, 2, 3, 4. This has to be odd, this has to be even, and this has to be odd. But this has to be 8, because we know one of these two is 8, so this can't be 8. We know one of these two is 9, so this can't be a 9, so that's 9, and that's 8. Did I mess something up with the odd evenness? Four cells must be 2 odds and 2 evens, so it must be even. So I have to have an even number of odd digits. So it must go like this. Odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. Even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. A group of 4 must be even, therefore this group of 3 must also be even, which means it's an even number of odds. This must be odd, even, odd, because it's 2, therefore that must be odd. 2 must be an odd even pair, which is odd, so this is odd, and so we're going to get evens like this, and odds like that.
Column 4 has 4 even.
These two are odd. How did I get this one? This one's orientation. Because this must have been wrong. This one's odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these have to both be even. Well, that's not the same.
Now column 7 has 4 even.
These two, even. Even. On to fill that in. And 1, 2, 3, 4. On to fill that in like you said. Even there. Odd. Even. 8. But that doesn't work. I fixed this. 1, 2, 3. But this has to be even, and so the other two have to be odd. Because one of those has to be even. Two of those have to be even now that I've got this even. And this has to be even because that's how I got this to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Odd, even.
Means it has to be 30.
Except I can't put an 8 here, and I can't put a 9 here.
Right.
And if this is a 6-8 pair, this can't be a 6. They have to be
Right.
28. And if this is 28, then this has to be 17. But this can't be an 8. So what? This has to be 4 odds. This has to be 2 odds. Everything else must be even. Even, 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 even. That's
That's
wrong.
not right.
Odd, even. This has to be even, therefore this has to be even, so these two have to be odd, even. And there's 4 evens, so this last one is odd. These two have to be odd, so this is odd, even, odd. These two have to be odd, so this one's odd, giving us evens like this, odds like that. That's fixed. This has to be odd, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two have to be even. Even, 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 even. Odd, 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 odd. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pair of odds. Why did I make this even?
I don't
Oh
know.
my god. My brain is so broken. Okay. Regardless of whether or not this is 8, 8, 9. Odd. Now we get all the evens, so that's odd. That's even. This one's 9. 6, 8, or this one isn't an 8. 5, 7, 9. Or these two aren't 9, so that one is. Okay, that's 28. Well, we know that these are the same, 1, 3, 5, 7. And this is 10 through 16. These are both 10 through 16. I hate that that took me 3 times through the entire puzzle to figure out that I just don't know odds and evens. And I'm placing
Column 4
random
has
digits
4
for no
even.
reason.
And the equal sum line for the bottom row.
This can't be a 6, which is why it's 2 or 4.
Right.
It
Go
can't
up
be a
1
6 because this
cell.
can't be 1. So here,
To the left 1 and up 1.
Oh,
That can't be
this
a 1.
can't be a 1 because it's the same as that. $17. Okay, well, I need a 1 still. This is 3, 5, and 7. But one of these is 7, so this isn't. 2, 4, 6, 8, but it can't have an 8 on it. The 2, 4, 6 gives me a 6 up here, which aligns those 6s. And if that's 4, 8, then it's missing the 6. Then this is a 7. This one's the 5. This one's a 6. Because the 4, 8 both see that. That's not a 7. The 3, 5 pair. The 4 is gone. So this is 4. That's 2. That's 2 as well, paired with 5. 7 is
Okay.
gone.
2 and 6 is 8, and 1 is 9. And those sum to, well, no, because it's either 14 or, yeah, never mind.
So this is still 17. So yeah, a 3 would make 14, and a 5 would make
Right, yeah.
12. Yeah. No. Well, where's the 1 in this column? It's not here, and it's not there, so it's here. So that's a 3, 5 pair. So one of these two is 3 or 5, because that can't be 7 or 9. 6, 7, 9. 8, 7, 9. 5, 7, 9. The top isn't a 9. 6, 4, 8. The top isn't an 8 because of anti-king. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh.
This isn't an 8.
Column 4, the 6, has to go in box 5, so that makes that a 2, or, oh, I guess that's a, so in row 5, the 6 has to go in, and it can't be the one on the right. And one of those two that's highlighted has to be a 4. So the bottom left of box 5 can't be a 4. It sees both. Box 4, the 1 has to go on the left-hand side because it sees the 1 in box 5 by anti-knight, or anti-king.
Yeah.
I'd remember that. So 1 in box 1 does not go in column 1.
Neither does 7.
And if, yeah.
These two are different. Means those two are the same. That's the 3, 5 pair, so the 5 is gone from here. That's the 7, 9 pair. There's a 1. 7. Now the 7, that's the only place that 1 can go. 1 and 7, which are odd.
We'll fill in the greens.
Or 4 went. Three, 5 pair takes 3 and 5 off. 3 and 5 both see this, so that's not 7, 9. 7, 9. This sees both of those, so this is an 8. This 3, 5 is 8. So these two, because the entire thing is 17, take out the 8, that leaves 9. So then these two have to sum to 9. So this is a 7 and a 2. A 9, a 4, a 6, an 8, a 9, 2, a 4,
3, 6 pair.
Even ones are odd. 3, 6 pair bases and even 2. 6 over here. 2, 2, 6, 7, 4, and 3. Apparently that's an 8. 5, 3, 4, 4, 8, 3, 1. 4, 6, 2. 3, 2, 4. These two are even. This one is odd. That makes that 5, 3, 5, 3, 3 and 5, 3 and 5, 6, 8, 9, 3, 5, 7, 6, and odds and evens. Odds 7, 9, which are fixed. 9 and 7. That can't be.
That's a 6.
Well, it could be a 6. Does it have to, oh yeah, because both of these are even. This one's odd. 6, 8, and 1. These are both odd, which are 7 and 9, and they're ordered.
Top is 6
2,
seconds.
And an odd 5.
5.
There we go. First try. I'm so sad
Yeah,
every
just
time I
because it
make
took
like a
like
silly.
4 tries to get evens and odds straightened out.
Yeah. I'm so sad every time that happens because like that was like half the puzzle was getting that organized. Because we had it right, except for the fact that this was messed up because I made both of those odd instead of even, and then I painted this one for no reason, literally none. And then that made
Well, no, because you had it as
all messed up. I had it painted as even.
right because the bottom 2 were painted as odd.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And so I would have fixed those, but not that, and then those would have both been odd.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah.
You are too kind, Chip Sounder. Too kind. Now, if we ignore all of the mistakes, I do think that this was, like, the trickiest part of this puzzle was figuring this out up here. was working through this and this up here to get the 20, that fact that it had to be 28. Outside of that, if you don't make any mistakes painting the puzzle, I think we did some mathematics over here that was relevant. That ended up not being really relevant. The only important part was knowing that this had to be a 9 because we got the 3-5 pair. So that one was another important thing. But aside from that, as long as you get the odd evenness down, I think everything else just sort of falls into place. So I'm actually going to call this one an easy puzzle. Because it's really just those two things that I think are tricky. Because the painting, the fact that I made mistakes in there made no sense. I mean, it's a really easy mistake to make, just paint stuff incorrectly. But there was nothing about the puzzle that made it easy to make that mistake. That's just a thing from it just being. You paint two things, your brain gets it switch which one, so. I barely know what odd and even mean anyway. But, that's not true. I do know the proper mathematical definitions of odd and even. Yeah. Alright. Outside of that, I have nothing else. I am going to save these links into my notes so that I can put them into the video description once it's done. So back to the talking screen. I can bring this over here. And, yeah, that is going to be it for today. So, I will be back to... No, I will not be back to regular scheduling next week. Scheduling next week will be Tuesday and Wednesday, because I have an event on Monday. But aside from that, there should be cooperative games, Dying Light on Saturday, and moving forward, that should continue as is. Yeah. Alright. Then, we will see you all next week. Or not next week. Show up for the cooperative games. Dying Light's pretty fun. It's a hardcore zombie game. But aside from that, Sudoku will be back next week. Have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff.